Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And just a disclaimer to start off the video, this is going to be a longer video. So you guys know the drill. Grab your snacks, grab your popcorn, your tea, soda, dinner, whatever it is. Make sure you guys grab it, get seated, and let's get this video started. So I want to take you guys to this post on Reddit, and I will leave a link to it in the description to give credit. You guys can go check it out. Maybe you want to check a town that's close by. Maybe you want to interact. So I will leave a link to this in the description. So this video is about T-Mobile. I will make that clear right off the bat. And I want to also discuss and talk about some of the non-believers that are still saying, well, T-Mobile is not really scaling. They're never going to get there. And I want to clarify that and make that very, very clear in this video as to why why T-Mobile really wanted the merger. Yes, Spectrum was, of course, a big part in the customers that they gained. That was a big part. But T-Mobile wanted to unlock being able to scale and expand the network beyond the furthest reach that they've ever been able to do as a standalone and get to areas like you're seeing on screen. So this is in Wesley, Maine. I hope I said that right. This is a very small town, 2018 population, 93 people. I think I saw the latest consensus. There's like 150 people there living there, like 50 homes total. So very, very small town, rural area. And the post is stating that T-Mobile had coverage there before, but it was N71 only, and it was upgraded to N41. So T-Mobile has coverage and mid-band in a town with 150 people. Let that sink in. T-Mobile would have never even attempted to do this as a standalone. And that's why I say it was very important for them to get this merger approved. The Spectrum, of course, that helps, right? That further advances, that unlocks FWA. So, of course, that helps. It advances the network and overall bandwidth. It allows them to grow further in the top 100 markets. I understand all that. But let's look at T-Mobile before the merger. They were already winning in the top 100 markets. They were already beating Verizon and AT&T. They had leading share in the top 50, and they were well on their way of growing to the fair share in the top 100s. And that's the biggest PEAs in the United States, or the top 100 markets. What they could never crack the code to is getting to the small markets and rural areas. And that's what I feel they truly wanted the merger for. They already had N71 in their possession pre-merger. Let's keep that in mind. So with time, over time, they could slowly start scaling as a standalone company, but that just wasn't going to work long term. But with Sprint, right, the higher operations budget they now got, the higher capital allocation, they can now go to places like Wesley, Maine. They can go to the Nebraskas. They can go to the Vermonts. They can scale now and bring service to these types of towns with 100 people, 150 people. Maybe there's some towns out there that T-Mobile is now serving today even smaller, maybe 50, maybe 60. The name of the game is scale, and T-Mobile understood that. They talked about that even before the merger proceedings. They talked about it at these conferences 2015, 16, 17, before they even got low band in the 600 megahertz auction. They always said the name of the game is scale. They need to scale to compete against their competitor. Without the scale, they could never truly compete. But now, today, we are seeing them scale into these small markets and rural areas. They are doing it. They are truck rolling. They are embracing the grind of expanding the network into these areas. And it's not something that we're just making up. This is being seen in the field. People are reporting, hey, I'm in a small town. I got T-Mobile N41. The Auction 108 spectrum is sweeping through the country. People are reporting every day, I just went from 120 to 190. I went from 80 to 180. I went from 50 to 160. The spectrum is coming online quick. And that's what was expected, right? That wasn't going to take months because those radios were already deployed. T-Mobile made that clear. They could do it via a software upgrade, not going to take long. And now consumers are already reaping the benefit. And that allows T-Mobile to further grow even in those areas. More FWA opportunity and slots open up with this. Like I said before, it's not going to be a coverage boost. It might possibly extend the cell edge where the cell site can reach a bit further, but that's not really a coverage boost. You're going to have to truck roll to the areas and build new sites to bring new coverage. Like I showed you guys this morning, that new site that they're building, that's completely new coverage. Brand new coverage. That's a coverage boost across the board. Bandwidth, speed, coverage, reliability, all of that goes up with that new site. But doing these types of upgrades, I mean, now in a town of the size population that Wesley is, I mean, T-Mobile can go and grow and add, who knows, right? They can maybe do 20, 30 homes with FWA. Maybe more, especially if this site has the backhaul to push the spectrum to its limits and the right provisioning. I mean, T-Mobile can do maybe 2-3 gigs on the site. And it might never congest. 150 people, I mean, across 3 sectors, they should be able to handle a ton of traffic and still have some left. I mean, in the future, maybe this town expands, they build some new houses, whatever. T-Mobile should be ready for that. And if it ever gets to the point where it does slow down, you can always build more sites. So this is exciting to see. This what you're seeing on screen is the real competition. The whole thing with the top 100 markets, I say it's saturated. It's more of a back and forth. It's like a tennis match. I get 2, you get 1, right? And that's always been the case. T-Mobile has always competed there, so it's always been a back and forth. This right here, T-Mobile going to these really small areas, that's where the real competition is. And that's what, in my opinion, what's really going to get the attention of Verizon and AT&T. Like when they see, like, hey, why are we getting port outs in Wesley, Maine? What's going on there? Then they will start investigating. If they start seeing, oh snap, the port outs are 5-1. What's going on there? We've never seen this before. Verizon and AT&T will investigate, and they will see like, oh snap, of course, T-Mobile just added service here. They added retail distribution. They will go and analyze and investigate why this is happening. And that's pretty much every market thereafter. Whatever market T-Mobile goes to and they start taking share, AT&T and Verizon will investigate why that is affecting their business and how it will affect their business long term. They will have to look at that. And that's where I think the real competition comes in. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I don't want to make it too long of a video. Leave all your thoughts in the comments. Is T-Mobile fully scaled and there yet today? No, that's why we're still seeing these types of posts. I mean, I'm not saying this is brand new coverage, right? T-Mobile, according to the post, already had N71 there, so they had coverage. But to bring N41 midband to a small area like this tells you how serious they are to really scale the midband footprint across the geographic landmass. And it also tells you that they are serious about expanding the network. They had existing coverage in a town as small as Wesley. So nothing is off limits, right? If you're going into a town that small, I mean, nothing's off limits. They're looking at, like they say, they're looking at customer-driven coverage. They're looking at those models, and wherever they see pockets where they need to expand into, they will do that. And I think that's really the best approach. Why are you going to expand in an area where your customers don't go? And maybe in the future that also becomes a possibility, because now, hey, those are AT&T and Verizon customers that go to that area. Let me build out there and see if I can grow some share there. And all of that is being looked at on the back end, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the competition piece is all about. It's a big piece to the puzzle. T-Mobile has the right assets now. They have all the assets they need now to go and win. They had it before with N41, but they really needed the Auction 108 piece. They really needed that. They needed it. Now they have everything. They got the low band. They got the mid band. They got millimeter wave. What they will do with that, we will have to discuss that in another video. They will have to determine, give us more info on that publicly. They got the assets. Now you just go and deploy. You do it according to your playbook, and you just go and win. And that's the exciting piece. That's what makes it exciting for the consumer, because now that will make AT&T and Verizon shift, be more innovative. That's when we're going to get the deals, the perks, the value, whatever it might be, whatever the industry is into today. That's what this will bring out. And that's what I'm looking forward to seeing, okay, how does T-Mobile come now with what deal, what are they going to do? Oh, what's Verizon going to do? What's AT&T going to do about this? And that's really what T-Mobile's trying to do. They want to do that to make everyone be on their toes, close the perception gap. They made that very clear at the conference recently. They're not even looking at AT&T anymore. They're chasing, and they have their eyes set on Verizon. That's the perception level that they want to get to, and they're putting their heads down, and they're going in that direction, and they're building out the network. So make sure you guys stay tuned for more. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.